Good. Alright, let's turn down the music. Leave a little bit there. Yeah. Excellent. That's how I prefer it. Just enough to hear in the background. Let's get this TV screen off here. Aha. Alright. Well, I'm a little lower than expected here. Let me just move myself up here. Hello. Testing. Yes. Alright. Well. I am Michael Ringtail, your human observer, here to take a look into the human world and observe the human animal. So, today we have a lot of things lined up, quite a few things, some last minute, so hopefully that'll work out. Alright, quick sound test here, just compare. Take a look into the human. Alright, sound good? Perfect. Alright, let's get this promo stuff out here. Let's get that screen off. Yep, there we go. Bring up the web zones. So first things first, got to mention the fact that we got a new video coming out Monday, if everything works out. It's just in the works right now. Got a few other projects ahead of it, but time willing, they should be completed as well. Got a new video coming out tomorrow on the Crafty Arts channel, run by Crafty Andy. There's Cute History, a new little show we are planning on airing. Something a little educational, something a little family friendly, as the humans like to say. And then we got the Pause Off channel. Do daily streams Monday through Friday at 1 p.m., give or take a few hours. Sometimes it starts late, but hey, life finds a way. And we got the new video come out there with Preacher Greg on Friday. Trying to do weekly videos at least every Friday at noon. If you want to support us, we got our own little store right here, Crafty Andy Arts. Got some sticker packs on sale, art prints, more on the way. And if you want to get a discount there, aside from just buying a bunch of stuff, well, we have a Patreon right here, Crafty Andy. He's the one that runs it. So, a little news regarding the Supreme Court case coming up here that's going to affect the lives of many, many humans. I mean, my life is unaffected because I'm a ringtail lemur. The only thing that humans are responsible for when it comes to me is just not to be cruel and feed me once in a while. Assuming I don't maul any of their babies or slit their throats while they sleep. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see, we'll just kill the music, just make sure we get a clear, concise picture here.
You're suing all of the federal judges. Yeah, all those pesky activist judges are really.
Hold on, we don't want an echo. There we go.
You're suing all of the federal judges. Yeah, all those pesky activist judges are really getting on my nerves. The Supreme Court agreed to hear this? Yeah, they took it on as an emergency case. And I'm not exaggerating. If I win, I can do literally anything I want. But not like override the Constitution. No. I would definitely be able to override the Constitution with an executive order. No, that's not possible. You're clearly exaggerating like you do. I'm not. Do you remember when I signed that executive order ending birthright citizenship? Yeah, it was challenged by like a whole bunch of states and watchdog organizations. Right. There were several cases that ended up being heard in federal courts, and some of those judges issued national injunctions. But also to be clear, one injunction alone, that still would have been enough. Yes, an injunction says that nationwide this executive order is unconstitutional and unenforceable. So the birthright citizenship case, this is the emergency case that the Supreme Court is hearing? No, I was just explaining how those pesky activist judges have been keeping me in check. The emergency case is actually
not anymore, not for long.
Them of the power to issue national injunctions at all. Wait, so if you win and judges can't issue injunctions, then who would fight back against a clearly unconstitutional executive order like ending birthright citizenship? Anyone that was impacted personally by the executive order would have to sue us individually. Stop it. You're saying that if I was born here and my parents weren't citizens...
Oh, so this is what the power of individual responsibility amounts to. It's just like when it comes to your employer, when they talk about being against their unions. They say, hey, if you're a good worker, you should be able to, you can negotiate yourself, or when it comes to a raise, and if you don't like it, well, you can find another place to work. Except a lot of states only have maybe one or two, maybe three areas, depending on your expertise when it comes to making a living. And so you might have to just up and leave into a new state, which is pretty expensive. Unless, of course, you just live in your car, save some money there.
I would have to.
So now we're going to extend that to just civil human rights cases. Fantastic. Fantastic idea, humans. I'm sure this will turn out well when it comes to the quality of life you live here in this wonderful country you call the United States.
Sue you to get my citizenship back? Yeah, and here's the kicker. If you win in a federal court, that doesn't mean dick for anyone else. Holy shit. What about the states that sued you? This is where it starts to get interesting because states can sue on behalf of their residents. So every state would have to sue to reinstate birthright citizenship. And win. Right. And some states might not. But then they could appeal it to the Supreme Court, who could give a nationwide ruling. Sure, but you've seen how fast I can move on tariffs. SCOTUS already gets petitioned for 8,000 cases a year, and they only have time to hear 60. All I have to do is sign a piece of paper. You have to fight an incredibly expensive and time-consuming legal battle. So you can just flood the zone with executive orders, and we can't even rule them unconstitutional until judges rule on them individually. Oh yeah, I can disrupt supply chains, I can determine what medical procedures you can get, I can take your firearms away. And until you win a case, your state wins a case, or the Supreme Court rules on something in a couple of years, my executive order stands. Oh my God. And you're still thinking like a good person. I've already signed executive orders crippling law firms. I could cripple all of them. Holy shit. This is the biggest case of your sad little life. But you're still not bringing Abrego Garcia back. Oh, I don't actually have the power to do that.
All the powers to do the things he wants to do, but none of the powers when it comes to things that other people might like. You know, people that don't have billions of dollars to throw at the re-election campaign that I'm pretty sure is going to happen when it comes to J.D. Vance in about, 3.5 years or so. People thought Project 2025 wasn't serious at all. And people didn't believe he was going to be a dictator. He literally said he was going to be day one. You know, it's amazing to me that I don't see any support in these comment sections for what's going on here. Well, best of luck to you. Speaking of crybabies, I'm very curious about this article I just happened across. The tactics Elon Musk uses to manage his legion of babies and their mothers. Ashley St. Clair wanted to prove that Elon Musk was the father of her newborn baby. But to ask the billionaire to take a paternity test, the right-wing social media influencer had to go through Musk's longtime fixer, Jared Burkall. I don't want my son to feel like he's a secret, St. Clair told Burkall in a 2-hour phone call in December. Burkall offered St. Clair some advice. His boss was a very big-hearted, kind, and generous person, he said. But Musk had a different side. When a mother of his child goes the legal route in these discussions, that always leads to a worse outcome for the woman than what it would have been otherwise, Burchell told the 26-year-old. Plus, he said Musk wasn't sure the child was his. Well, that would be what the paternity test is for. It wasn't the first such conversation for Burchell. His public job is running Musk's family office, and he recently helped organize Musk's more than $250 million push in support of Donald Trump's election. Behind the scenes, Burkall also manages the financial and privacy deals Musk wants for the women raising the world's richest man's babies. Musk has had at least 14 children with 4 different women, including the pop musician Grimes and Shivon Zills, an executive, and his brain-computer company Neuralink. Multiple sources close to the tech entrepreneur said they believe the true number of Musk's children is much higher than publicly known. He's just going around there pumping out white babies, because that's the only thing he's concerned about. Whenever he talks about population concerns, all he's talking about is white human babies. And you might say, well, he never said specifically white people. Well, when you have a population of about 7 billion and not all of them are white, and you say you have a population concern about a population drop concern, what else would he be referring to when he has a family history of Nazi ties, and a father who moved to South Africa for the sake of being treated as a quote-unquote prince there? But that's neither here nor now, right? What else here? Musk offers St. Clair $15 million and $100,000 a month in support in exchange for her silence about the child, whom they named Romulus. Romulus? What kind of silly name for a human animal is that? Similar agreements had been negotiated with other mothers of Musk's children, Birchall told St. Clair. The fight with St. Clair over the terms of the deal for their baby has been going on as Musk has assumed one of the most influential roles in U.S. government. Isn't that just a nice little stab and twist with the knife in the back? And you have this person denying the existence of your child. All the while he gets to be right next to the president with one of his stupid meat shields. Because that's what it is. That's what that human is right there. That's a meat shield. That's to say, hey, if a bullet comes my way, it's going to hit you first. Allegedly. My opinion. My animal cartoon ringtail lemur opinion. What's up? Oh, it looks like the tag, not a drag queen, of got some attention. Yes, drag queen. Indeed. Oh, believe me, we got a whole lineup here. You see this highlight? Oh, we got a whole fun lineup here. We got some videos first, though. But yes, I just think that's funny. Protecting Elon, he has a whole army of simps that just guard him and guard his supposed high-ranking credibility. Hey, speaking of Tesla, how about we look at some psychos? Let's look at a psycho. We have this wonderful human being here. Let's see. I'm just gonna have to do it this way here. We're gonna start here.
Why does it matter to you though?
Hold on. Hey, pause it. Had to set up, I had to delete it. There we go. So this Tesla driver decided that he didn't like the fact that these women were praying. How dare they pray in the presence of this warm, red-blooded, white-skinned American. Alright, let's do this here. Because I can't hear it. Monitor and output. There we go. Alright. Play it. Play it. Or not play it. Okay, don't play it. Play it here. Really? Why do I hear nothing?
Okay.
Oh, wow, it's really quiet. Alright, you know what? Fuck this method. Just give me a display. Not necessarily that display, but hey. This is why you just get this done at a time. Alright, we'll just do it this way.
Why does it matter to you though?
Because you're worshiping a false god. Don't come from your countries and act like you're gonna bring your
I can't hear it. Why can't I hear it?
Because you're pieces of
You're
There
the
we
one
go.
attacking little girls.
Alright, so yes, this one did not take too kindly to Muslims praying in his presence.
Why does it matter to you though?
Hopefully you can hear that.
Don't come from your great countries and act like you're gonna bring your here.
Okay.
Because y'all are pieces of
You're the one attacking little girls.
Sitting here, we were quiet, we were peaceful,
You're worshiping out here.
praying. What does that have anything to do with you?
Go back to your country.
That's
and
fine.
You're demolished Middle Eastern
First off,
country.
we're actually born here.
Don't be Afghan here, whatever the
We're not even
We're not
Afghani. What's the
Go back to your country.
Have a good day. Have a good
Isn't that a lovely person? What a lovely human being.
I came today just to meet with the young ladies that I was mean to and treated disrespectfully about their religion and about what they were doing.
Yeah, so within about a week after this clip went viral, I quickly identified who this individual was. They didn't say exactly where he worked or who he worked for, but here he is giving a apology. I apologize for the video quality, but this is the best you could do when you get to Instagram Reels. So here we go.
I came today just to meet with the young ladies that I was mean to and treated disrespectfully about their religion and about what they were doing, and okay. And I just wanted them to know that I humbly apologize to them because nobody should be treated that way, and it's not the right way for us to treat anybody with any differences. And I just
Differences?
that's, you know, what we came to do.
What was
and hopefully
that?
they'll find
Differences? Say that again?
a way for us to treat anybody with any differences.
Differences?
That's,
What's the differences? Does someone want to explain what a differences is?
you know, what we came to do, and hopefully they'll find it in their hearts to forgive me, and that, you know, we shouldn't allow that in our society. So,
So yeah, we shouldn't allow that in our society. So you should be kicked out, right? Whatever you do, he shouldn't be doing it anymore. Goes to his local mosque and promised to do better. In other words, whoever he worked for or whatever company he worked for said, "You better get your fucking shit straight and fix this right now." Here's the thing that kills me though, that slays me with laughter. If a normal person, a normal human did this, like if I was a human that just worked a 9-to-5 job, plumber, retail clerk, and we were harassing some Muslim religious practitioners outside of our car, would we be able to do a press conference like this at our local mosque? Would we be able to, do anything like this person is doing right now to try to alleviate whatever pressure he's being into right now? No, of course not. The most that any other human would be able to do is maybe make a YouTube video or a Facebook video saying, "Oh my God, I lost my job. The woke mob canceled me." Or you'd have a knock on your door from a news reporter saying, "Why did you harass these people?" And putting the actual pressure on you. Unlike this individual human who just gets to apologize and have no pushback whatsoever. So he's a piece of shit. That's just my judgment of looking from the outside. I don't know how other humans feel about this person overall. But to me, he seems like a piece of shit. Just putting that out there. Alright. What else we got? Oh, yes. How about this? And how about this lovely thing here? Get rid of these two. Let's put this file in here. So this one I found on a little site, a little group called LiveLeak. It's called...
Do you actually work for ICE?
No, not at all.
Shut up.
Nope.
Shut up.
Explain the outfit.
This is a person who dresses up as an ICE agent to terrorize immigrants. Now, think about this for a second. Nothing's more brave. So this, let me start this over. All right. So this individual human here is using his position of privilege You know, being white, likely middle class, more than likely middle class, let's be fair. He's using that position and power to impose his terrorizing of people who have less power, in this case, immigrants. Immigrants, if you don't know, at least in the United States and most other countries too, if you actually look into it, look it up! If you look into it, immigrants are least likely to commit a crime, because if they do, deportation is a real threat. Oftentimes, that's likely going to be their death, being sent back to whatever country they're from. Other times, if they're undocumented or they overstay their visas, which is the most common practice, because it is insanely, ridiculously hard to get into this country, let alone other countries. Which it might be a topic for another time in about 2 weeks here when we do another one of these. We'll make that actually a focus. So what it's like to try to go into other countries. Line up some videos and articles on that. Let alone this one. So first you make it extremely hard. You create the conditions where illegals have to come here for better, at least a slightly better life, where they're exploited for low pay wages for jobs that no one else will do. No one's going to want to do the picking of the fruit, so that's why they always do these, like, showmanships when it comes to, like, the idea that they're actually cracking down on immigration, when, they do a little bit here and there, but ultimately, they like the system the way it is. Rainbow thingy of the kitchen just appeared on the TV, yeah? Cool. Yeah, I appreciate things getting busy on here. Alright. So, here we have an individual here, using his position to terrorize a vulnerable group of people.
Do you actually work for ICE?
No, not at all. Nope.
Explain the outfit.
It's $29.99 on Amazon. I would recommend buying a small if you're my size. This one's a little too loose
Make
for
sure
my
this
liking.
is, you hearing that? So, here we have an individual here, using his position. Terrorize.
Do you actually work for ICE?
No, not at all.
Explain the outfit.
Recommend buying a small.
Alright, good. A little loud, but hey. I'd rather have it loud than too quiet.
Do you actually work for ICE?
No, not at all. Nope.
Explain the outfit.
It's $29.99 on Amazon. I would recommend buying a small if you're my size. This one's a little too loose for my liking. But yeah, if you want some entertainment, wear this and go to a Home Depot in a sanctuary city like where I live right now, Washington, D.C., and you'll see all the illegals. Not all of them, but you can maybe see a lot of them start to run away, and you feel like a group fitness instructor. It's really good.
And you actually think that's funny?
I think it's hilarious. Absolutely. What's not funny is them illegally...
There you have it, everybody. One of the worst people I've seen here at CPAC, and that's saying something. Appreciate it. Do you actually work for ICE?
No, not at all. Nope.
Explain the outfit.
It's amazing how proud he is
on Amazon.
of himself, too. Imagine, do you think he's going to look back on this 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Maybe he has kids. Maybe he has nephews, nieces, parents. I think it's hilarious to make people run away from you, thinking that you're an ICE agent. Isn't it illegal? Shouldn't that be illegal? I mean, it's already illegal to imitate a cop. Let's look that up. Is it illegal to imitate an ICE agent? Imposters who commit such dangerous actions can face criminal charges at the federal, state, and local levels. Oh, well, there you go. So there you go. This genius basically is doing the equivalent of imitating a police officer to do fucking just a prank, bro. I wonder if he's on YouTube. Let's see if we can find any more of this guy dressing up as an ICE agent. South Carolina man impersonating ICE. Woman impersonates ICE agent to kidnap her ex's new wife. Megyn Kelly slams Kristen. Who gives a shit? ICE agent smash car window, arrests asylum seeker. That's always good. You know, asylum seekers get treated so well in this country, don't they? Speaking of immigrants, though, let's see. How do I pull this up? Oh, yes. I just do this here. Do. There we go. Last week, Texas Sheriff Bill Wayborn gave a controversial speech at the White House railing against undocumented immigrants, saying, "Many are drunks who will run over your children." Meanwhile, his son was just arrested for public intoxication and indecent exposure. Oh, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree now, does it? Amazing. Fantastic. Fantastic job. All right. So, all right, I got a bunch of things lined up here for NotADragQueen. I don't think I have anything else here to go over. Oh, wait, I have one more thing before we take a quick little break here. Making a new account on Twitter. This is one of the first things you'll see. Carl Rattle talking about good old Adolf Hitler, the hero of the 20th century. 136 years ago today, he was born. While he remains one of the most lied about men in history, he is ever increasingly emerging from the hatred that surrounds him as one of the greatest men who has ever lived. Oh yes, one of the greatest men who has ever lived. A failed artist, a failed entertainer, turned demigod who led a near complete genocide of multiple groups of people. Swingers, not swingers as in people who flirt with more than one partner. No, as in people who listen to swing music. They were sent to camps. Gays, black people, Jews, many Jews. Some would say mostly Jews. While other minorities, of course, got less reporting on because, hey, if you're homosexual back then, you're considered a criminal human that was insane. And your torture didn't even end after the Holocaust was over. Your torture often continued afterwards. And a lot of these men a lot of the surviving Nazis got to live fulfilling lives, even after the war. Just moved on to other countries. Isn't that lovely? So if you ever think about karma, just look up the results of some of the Nazi officers that survived the war and survived the trials. You'll see some interesting. You'll find some interesting stories. All right, quick break here. I'll be right back. Gotta get a water. Enjoy a little bit of memes here. All right. Get some music, temporary music here. Oh.
Goodbye, galaxy. Goodbye, galaxy. Goodbye, galaxy. Goodbye, galaxy.
Do you ever stop? And here's a clue for you, buddy. My eyes are up here.
Not good. My camera's been functioning pretty good today. Alright, we'll need music for this one. Alrighty. We are back. There we are. Hello again. Thanks for coming, Blazy. Thanks for coming, Reality. And Christor. Flash Dalen, thank you. Appreciate it. So, as the hashtag is, not a drag queen. A lot of these come from not a great drag queen Reddit. Starting off strong here. Aryan Brotherhood member sentenced to 60 years. Oh, keep in mind, before you start getting deep into this, this is all within 7 days. This is all within a week. So keep that in mind. Aryan Brotherhood member sentenced to 60 years of jail for child sexual assault in Collin County. What a wonderful looking individual there. It has a similar hairstyle to someone I know. That's unfortunate. The jury heard how, after his parole in spring 2022, McCollum preyed upon a young victim, providing her with illegal drugs and initiating a series of assaults across several cities, including Anna, Princeton, blah, blah, blah. A forensic interview with the victim at the Children's Advocacy Center for Collin County and the ensuing investigation by law enforcement officials provided the evidence necessary for McCollum's prosecution. So already he was on parole for some other bullshit he did. History of felony convictions. McClellan was ineligible for parole and faced 25 years to life behind bars. Fantastic. Not a drag queen, though. Is this the superior white race at work? The made-up thing of race? How about another? Jehovah Witness administrator confessed child abuse without substantial consequence, lawsuit says. Barry Davis says Joseph Fitzgerald Hale molested him in the 90s, yet Hale kept working for the church nearly unimpeded. I wonder why. I mean, you know, God forgives. Yeah, Jehovah's Witnesses should be one of those things that are just completely abolished by the U.S. government. I mean, let's be real. It's a, I mean, you know, all religious groups should be abolished eventually. But you know, if you want to start, Jehovah's Witnesses is probably a good one to start with. All these weird collective isolationist groups who try to keep people in line through threats, emotional abuse, in this case, sexual abuse. Should be grounds for just no taxation whatsoever. Just like they did in other human countries. You know, ones that are a little more prosperous. Exclusive. Lansing area Christian college leader admits hiring registered sex offender. They won't. The drag queens are a threat to children, but you know the sex offender, you know, yeah, Jesus forgives. He's not a problem. Seeking a sex offender seeking a position that puts him close to children. Nah. As long as those drag queens stay away from them, that's what's really important. Great Lakes Christian College and President Dr. Frank Weller are coming under fire after people learned he knowingly hired a convicted sex offender who worked at the college for several years. He's now 64, worked at the school as IT director from 22 to 2025. 1992, age of 31, former Glick alum was convicted. 3 counts of third-degree sexual contact with a child between the ages of 13 to 15. Fantastic. This one's kind of light, though. This is like 30 years ago. I thought he was going to be youth. Like some kind of youth advisor. But no, it's just IT directors. Whatever. It's not compared to, like, Coach. Ooh, this one has a little video. Just gotta skip through the ad here.
A youth sports coach in Wayne County, West Virginia is facing charges of distribution and possession of child pornography. Investigators
Not a drag queen, though.
say Greg Bragg was arrested after he allegedly uncovered sexually explicit images from minors.
And then the browser
uploaded
crashes.
them to the
Fantastic. Why does every other player that websites have suck? This is, I mean, this is why. This is why YouTube has a fucking monopoly. What is it? What are you doing over there and all these other websites? Everything's literally frozen. Great job. We tried it again.
Here's what a whole home water filtration system should cost
Fantastic.
in 2024. Tap below
Can
to
we-
check pricing. Affordable water filtration system.
youth sports coach in Wayne County, West Virginia is facing charges of distribution and possession of child pornography. Investigators say Greg Bragg was arrested after he allegedly uncovered sexually explicit images from minors and then uploaded them to the internet.
What a
WSNZ's
genius.
Joseph Payton has more details
Hey guys, look at what I got. I'm just going to put this on my Instagram.
on what led up to that arrest, though.
It's a mobile messaging application called Kick, and investigators say Greg Bragg of
Kick? Wait, is this related to the Kick streaming service? I mean, we already knew that shit was, you know, bad news.
Wayne County, West Virginia, had an account. According to the criminal complaint, investigators with West Virginia State Police were tipped off by Kick to a particular account after it had uploaded videos of minors engaged in sexually explicit activities. Those investigators were
All right, so in their credit, they actually did their due diligence in this case. Okay, good job, humans there.
The account to Bragg. And those same court records say that Bragg had even uploaded selfie-style photos of himself and indicated in a chat log that he primarily uses the app while at work. Braggable hair designs in southern Wayne County. A spokesperson with Wayne County Schools confirmed that Bragg is also a middle school football and baseball coach at Crum Pre-K through 8 school. We received a statement from Wayne County Schools that says, Bragg is a citizen coach for Wayne County Schools. He is restricted from property, will be placed on leave from all duties while the legal and disciplinary process proceeds. The official charge that Bragg faces is distribution and exhibiting of material depicting minors engaged in sexually explicit conduct. In Wayne County, Joseph Payton.
All right, well, and meanwhile, ex-DeSantis spokesman arrested for indecent exposure for the 4th time. Usually one is enough to learn a lesson, but, 4 times? Come on. Fred Piccolo, who can't help but show his piccolo off. The former communications director for Florida Governor Ron DeSantis arrested once again for indecent exposure. 47-year-old was charged on Tuesday with exposure of sexual organs. 3rd-degree felony under Florida law. Wait, so why wasn't he on, like, a felony record before? I'm confused here. 4th time has been accused of indecent exposure. He's already faced charges from 3 other incidents last summer where he allegedly exposed himself to employees at Banana Republic and Dillard's in Sarasota's Mall. Why? Piccolo's lawyer Eric stated that Piccolo was diagnosed with early onset Parkinson's disease about a decade ago. He suggested that medication Piccolo takes may cause a behavior inconsistent with his established character. Oh, of course. The drugs made me do it. NotADragQueen. Got 3 more here. Michael Brown engaged in sexually abusive misconduct, report says. Who's Michael Brown? Messianic apologist. Michael Brown engaged in abusive conduct with 1 woman and an inappropriate relationship with a 2nd married woman in early 2000s. He's in his 70s. And he really thinks he's, hot stuff still, huh? Pastor arrested in Texas for violating a child in Louisiana. Now there's what is that face? That is like that is a real good attempt at a sad puppy dog look right there. Taken into custody earlier this month after Louisiana authorities issued a warrant. Let's see. Investigation started in December when a mother came forward and accused Wiggins of abusing their child. And then vanished afterwards. Oh, just kind of like that youth pastor I knew of back in the Michigan days. We pray as well for Shane Wiggins and his family, praying for a genuine repentance to capture his heart. Yeah. How about he just capture his ass in prison, huh? And an unrelated non-NotADragQueen news, trans pilot falsely blamed in DC plane crash, sues conservative influencer, which she rightfully should. Transgender military pilot filed a defamation lawsuit Wednesday against a conservative influencer who falsely claimed on social media that she was flying the helicopter that collided with a commercial jet near Reagan National Airport, killing 67 people. She had to literally take a proof of life photo to prove the accusations completely false. Isn't that amazing? They are so desperate to spin whatever narrative that has to be true that they'll just blatantly lie, and they'll never apologize for it. They'll never acknowledge that they're wrong. The important thing is that people hate trans people. That's it. No shame. You cannot shame the shameless. So hope she wins her case. Hope she gets everything that this person was worth. I mean, who wouldn't? Are you fucking stupid? I'm just going to blatantly say that this person is responsible for the crashing of a plane, even though they're alive and not on that plane and unrelated. Just look up the list of trans people in the military and be like, that one did it. Holy shit, man. Let's see, was there anything else we had here? Nope, that pretty much covers everything I got today. So this has been Human Watch, observing the human animal in their natural habitat and their doings. Hope you enjoyed this little venture. If so, be sure to subscribe if you're not. Share this around. And I'll see you next time. Oh yes, well first, before we do that, you know, of course, new video coming out Monday on this channel. New video out tomorrow. Crafty Arts. Check out that channel. And you got the little bit of a new video coming out on Pause Off. And then also Squigs Weasel likes to stream Mondays through Fridays at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Appreciate all the people coming in to see, to visit, to watch, whether you're a lurker, commenter, whatever. Appreciate it very much. Alright, I am out. Good night and good luck, everybody. Keep an eye on those humans.